Mr. Schmidt, I think we have a game.
We have a game?
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. A game. I always like to have games. Okay, fractions on a plot line.
Oh, Lord.
Lord have mercy. Well, we know that's a line plot.
Yeah. And
Okay.
Down here, they say line plot.
Yeah.
So I
It's
can't
okay.
believe I left it
don't
like
know.
that.
It's okay, guys. So it is a line plot. Cut out the fraction cards. Follow the directions on the page provided. So, Mr. Schmidt needs to fix that.
I can't stand it.
I know, and I love you because you're like that. So, line plot.
And whoever made this, we're not criticizing you.
Yeah.
We just don't want to teach it the wrong way.
Yeah.
A plot line is, in literature, in math, it's called a line plot.
Yeah, simple mistake.
Yeah.
Inverse of words.
So you already read it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what we are doing is, what you're going to do is that you're going to use these cards here, but I'm not going to give it all up. So, could we move on down, Mr.
Sure.
Schmidt?
I was
see
just
what
waiting
we're
for you
doing.
to say your stuff.
Okay, so you and a partner will need fraction cards cut out from the set.
And they show you a miniature version
Yeah,
there, but they
yeah,
gave you this
there
big page.
There it is, right there. Okay, divide the cards evenly between the two players, laying them face down. Each partner will choose one of their face down cards and turn it over. Add the two fractions together. Record the sum on this line plot.
And so, guys, if you can, and I imagine this is the case, that you can see right through that paper when they're turned over, just color on the back before you cut them out. Color the back of the paper.
Yeah, have fun with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mr. Schmidt,
Yes.
we have done this. So, my card, we have 1/8, 1/4, 1/2, and I'm going to say over here, I'm going to come up here, because you guys know we didn't cut all this out, so I'm going to go right there. Oh, so it's a 1/4. Okay, so I have a 1/4. Mr. Schmidt, close your eyes, pick.
1/2.
And a 1/2. So Mr. Schmidt has a 1/2. So we have a 1/4 plus a 1/2. And so we need a common denominator. We all know that, which we know is going to be 4. We know our multiples of 2 and 4. So it's going to be 4. 2 times 2 gave me 4. So 1 times 2 is 2. So I'm going to put it up there. 1 plus 2 is 3. So I know, because I'm adding, it's going to be 3/4.
So I have a question.
Now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Did we read the directions in number 1 yet?
Well, no, I guess we didn't.
Okay, because I'm like, we didn't even tell them what we're supposed to do yet.
I'm
We just started
sorry.
picking cards.
Yeah, I think we did.
Okay, well, I want to read it again.
Okay, go ahead.
Divide the cards evenly between the two players, laying them face down. Each partner will choose one of their face down cards and turn it over. Add the two fractions together. Record the sum on this line plot. And that means you're going to have to do this, because I'm looking at number 2 and it says which values came up the most. Well, that means you're going to have to use up all your cards. The two players are going to have to use up all their cards.
Yeah.
So really, you don't give us very much room for this line plot.
No, they don't.
To do all that.
Yeah, so you're going to have to write really small or just right over the top of it. But we're just going to mark ours. So,
first
we're
we have
here.
to label
we have
it, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And that's good.
Okay, so where is 4/8? 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means that this is 1/2. Because 4/8 is 1/2, right? What would be 1/4?
2/8.
Okay, so 1, 2. So right here would be 1/4. What would be 3/4, Mr. Schmidt?
3/4 would be halfway between the half and the 1.
Okay, so this would be 3/4. Okay. So
Otherwise
now,
known as 6/8.
So we had 3/4, so we would start right there. And we could do all of it for you, but we're not going to do
Well,
that.
they're going to have different answers because they're shuffling up the cards.
Yeah, we're just not going to take up all of our
But
time to do
Mrs.
that.
Schmidt,
Yeah.
I at least want to help them know. I think Will we need to label anything else on here? Like if they chose an eighth and an eighth, they could get 1/4, right? If their two cards were 1/8 and 1/8.
Yeah.
If their two cards were 1/8 and 1/4, do we have that marked? I don't think we do. Because 1/4 is there and 1/8 more would be here. So what is that? 3/8.
Okay.
1/4 plus 1/8 would be.
Okay, so this is going to be 1/8, which we know that you can't have. And
Right,
then
because you have to have
we're-
at least two
We're
cards.
going to have 3/8.
You could get that.
And then we have 5/8. And then we have 7/8.
I just want to help my
Okay,
kids who might get a
absol-
different answer.
You know what? It helps everybody.
Yeah.
So let's do that right. Okay, so 1/8, 2/8, which is 1/4 when we simplify. 1/8, 3/8, and that was 4/8. So you know what? I'm going to do this down here. I'm going to use a different color, and I want to go ahead and mark that down here. This is 1/8. This is 1/4, but it's also known as 2/8. Okay.
Yep.
3/8. This is 1/2, but it's also known as 4/8. 5/8. This is also known as 6/8.
Oh, I want to add something though before you keep.
7/8, and then 1/2.
This
Okay,
could
Mr.
also be
Schmidt.
2/4. 1/2 could also be 2/4. If they had two cards that say a fourth and a fourth.
Okay, so good call, Mr.
Yeah.
Schmidt. So we're gonna come. I'm gonna go right
We're just
here
looking at equivalent fractions, guys.
to
2/4.
2/4.
Yeah.
So you need to kind of put this in your head or write it down.
So if you ended up with 2/4, you would put an X above the 1/2 mark.
Yes. So my thoughts to you is I would probably put this line plot on your
On a blank piece of paper.
on a blank piece of
Yeah.
paper.
Yeah.
And so that way when you're working through the problem.
Yeah, because you guys need more room than they're
Yeah.
giving you here.
Yeah, they're not giving you much room. Okay.
I mean, in class, we'd probably use a whiteboard, you know?
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, and we wouldn't
Yeah.
put things so close together. Right. Okay. So you're going to do this with the whole deck of cards here and find out, well, put them in the right spots. And number 2 says, look at the line plot, which value came up the most. Well, for us right now, because we only had one, it would be that one. But if we went through the whole deck of cards,
We would see where the most X's were.
yeah, where would be the most. We know that, for instance, 1/8 is not going to come up. And how come? Because if I had 1/8 and Mr. Schmidt chose 1/8, it would be 2/8 already. So
Yeah.
that's not going to work out.
And they say which values did not come up and why do you think that is?
1/8.
Well, I also know 0 won't come up. Why won't
No,
that come up?
It won't come up because
Everything on
you're
that
not
on
gonna
the
get
cards
0.
is greater than 0.
Yeah.
And why won't 1/2 come up?
Because nothing is going
Actually,
to...
1/2 could come up, couldn't it? If you had 2 halves.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very good.
So maybe we ought to put underneath 1/2.
Yeah.
That could also be 2 halves.
Well,
We're just
actually,
helping-
no, that's going to be 4/4.
It could also. They can't draw 4/4. I'm talking about the cards
okay,
they would
so
draw.
2 2s. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. So 2 2s.
Yeah.
Okay,
You guys
so
could only
half.
draw 4/4 if you're cheating.
That's true. Come play with me.
You do 2 cards at a time, people.
Okay. So do you
All
want
right.
to scroll down?
All right. Well, which values did not come up and why do you think that is? Okay.
Okay. Well, we know that 0's not going to come up because there's no way to get 0. 1/8 isn't going to come up because if 2 players are playing, there's no way.
Yeah. But I just want to go by one because I don't want to go too fast on this.
Okay.
I mean, we've only been on 9 minutes, so we're good.
Okay.
1/8, could they get 1/8? No.
No.
Because they would have to draw at least 2 cards. Could you get 1/4? Sure you could. Because you could have 1/8 plus 1/8. Could you get 3/8? I just want to be systematic and go through.
Okay.
Could you get 3/8, guys? Well, let's see. We could get 1/4, and I know that that's 2/8, and then you could get a 1/8 card, and that's 3/8. So yes, you could get 3/8. Could you get 1/2? Let's see. If we had 1/4 plus 1/4,
Yep.
that would be 1/2, right? And that's why down here we have 2/4. Okay, could you get 5/8? Well, let's see. What's 1/2? How many eights is that? 4/8. What if you had 1/2 plus 1/8?
Yeah.
Well, that would be 5/8.
5/8.
So you could get that. We already know we can get 3/4 because we did. We got
Yeah.
1/2 plus 1/4. And 7/8. Could we get 7/8? I don't know. I think the best we could do is either 8/8 or 6/8, but I don't think we could get 7/8.
I think you're right, Mr. Schmidt.
I don't see a way to do that.
I don't think that we can
Because
get
1/2
7/8.
would be 4/8, 1/4 would be 2/8. So I don't see any way where we could get 7/8.
So
Why do we
okay.
think that is?
Okay, so if that's 4/8 plus.
I don't see a way to get 7/8.
Yeah.
You would need
Yeah.
4/8 plus
yeah,
3/8.
We're not going to get it. We're not going to get it.
Not with just
okay.
two cards.
So with 7/8, we're not going to get it.
And so they say, why do you think that is? Well, we just don't have the right fractions to get 7/8.
Yeah, we don't.
Right. Okay, if you have time, shuffle your cards and play again. And they give you. Maybe you guys should just use this number line.
Yeah, they give you
We
more
should have
room
used that
down
one the
here.
first
What
time.
the heck?
Yeah. Play again. I'm saying use
Okay.
that one the first time,
Yeah,
guys. My goodness.
seriously.
Okay, so number 3. Go ahead.
Ah! What are all of the possible sums that could come up? Fill out the chart of combinations and sums. Okay, so we see here that they have 1/8 plus 1/8. Well, what else could we come up with? Well, we could come up with 1/8 plus 1/4. And what is 1/8 plus 1/4? It is 3/8. Okay, so we could do that. So we have 1/8, 1/4, and then I have 1/8 and 1/2. 1/8 and 1/2 equals 5/8. So I think I've taken care of the eighths. 1/8, 1/8, 1/8, 1/4, 1/8, 1/2. So now I'm going to move to 1/4. So I have 1/4 plus 1/4. So 1/4 plus 1/4 is going to be 2/4, which equals, if I, simplify, it's 1/2. Okay.
Or 4/8. I'm just saying if they're talking about the tick marks on the line.
Yeah.
You don't have to write that. I'm just pointing it out.
Okay.
And also-
then I have 1/4 plus 1/4. Okay, so what if I have,
Mr. Schmidt,
yeah,
do you want me to jump in? Because I can jump in.
okay.
I know how to do this very systematically without
Okay.
even looking at that.
Okay,
at
you
that
go
note.
right ahead.
Okay, so let me help. Okay, let me see, guys. I like to do things in patterns. So I see a pattern here. And I see that if I just put, let me choose a pen again. Pen, okay, and then
He's going to go to 1/8.
stop it. I'm putting 1/4. I just know we have 3 of these, right? We have 1, 2, 3. And so we're going to have 3 of these. So this will be 1/4. And then these will be halves over here.
Mm-hmm.
You stop being mean to me. 1/2. Okay. So then I would just put these fractions in the same order that you had them here.
Okay.
That's all I would do
so
differently.
We would go
I would put
1/8.
1/8, and then this one would be 1/4, and then this one would be 1/2.
Mm-hmm.
Just going from the smallest fraction, you guys remember when you have a
1/8.
larger denominator makes a smaller fraction.
Yeah.
So smaller fraction, medium fraction, larger fraction, and the same thing here. 1/8,
1/8.
and then 1/4. And then 1/2. I would just be systematic about it. That way I wouldn't get confused.
Okay.
Now you finish.
Oh, heavens, no,
Yeah,
Mr. Schmidt.
you finish.
So I'm going to go, and I'm going to get cheesy easy. So I'm going to say 1/2 plus 1/2 is 1.
And you know how
One-
she's going backwards? I like that because I used to do my spelling words. When we used to have to
Yeah.
write lots of spelling words, I would do them so out of order, but it came out the same at the end.
1/2 plus 1/4 is going to be 3/4. Okay, so 1/2 plus 1/8. So I'm going to need to come down here, guys, because I know
She's
that
making a
some
common
of
denominator.
you are going to need to do that. And so I'm going to say 8, and I'm going to say 8, and that's going to be 1. Well, that was times 4, so that's times 4. And so 4 plus 1 is 5/8. Sweet. Okay, so 1/4 plus 1/2 is going to be 3/4. And 1/4 plus 1/4 is going to be 1/2. And 1/4 plus 1/8. I'm going to do it again. 1/4 plus 1/8. And I know that Daniel G already has it worked out and he's rolling his eyes at me.
Don't
but
roll your
I don't
eyes, Daniel.
care.
Be nice.
Okay, so I don't want to make a mistake. So times 2, so that's 2, and it's going to be 2 plus 1 is going to be 3/8.
Cool.
Awesome.
Now we have to answer the question.
Oh my goodness,
The
Mr.
tick marks
Schmidt.
on the number line correspond to eighths. Which of the eighths will never come up as a sum of 2 of these cards? So that's why I wanted to point out that 1/2 is also 4/8, because they want to know which eighths will not come up. We have 3/8. Well, okay, let's start over here. 2/8, 3/8, 5/8. Here's 4/8. We have 3/8 right there. So we have one. We don't have 1/8, right? We know 1/8 will not show up.
No.
We'll answer the question why when we're finished. Okay, we have 4/8. What's this one? 6/8, 5/8. What's this one? 6/8 again, and then 8/8. Which one are we missing? The one we already know because we talked about it up above.
7.
We know we're not going to have
eighths.
7/8, so we will not have either of these choices. 1/8. Those, I'll say nor. Neither 1/8 nor 7/8 will show up, and why not? Why not?
Well, because for
1/8 won't show up.
1/8, that would mean one person was playing. If 2 people are playing, then we have to have 2 cards, and the lowest fraction that 2 players could have would be each having 1/8, so that's not going to happen. And then 7/8. Well,
Because there's no combination of
There's
these
no
cards
combination that's
that would
gonna
add
come
up
up
to
with
7/8, and we
7/8.
can tell that just from the list here.
Yeah,
right?
it's not
None of
gonna
those
happen.
add up to 7/8.
it's not going to happen.
All right, number 4. You ready?
Yeah.
Cool. That was kind of fun.
Yeah, I
okay,
like it.
number 4.
If you wanted to change the game so that it is possible for 2 fractions to sum 7/8.
Now didn't they just
yeah,
give away an
they
answer?
gave the answer.
Okay.
What fraction card should you
Or
add?
could you? It says could you.
I'm sorry, could you add to the deck? Explain why your new card would now make it possible to have 7/8 as a sum of 2 cards. So, what card could we add to the deck, Mr. Schmidt?
Well, I know that 1/2 is 4/8, so if I had a 3/8 card, I could do this.
Yeah, that's very
That's one of the
true.
ways I could do it.
Yeah.
Could you
Well-
also do it with? Could you also do it with a different card, like 5/8 card? What if there was a 5/8 card and you had a 1/4 card? 5/8 plus 1/4. 1/4 is 2/8, so that would be 5 plus 2, so that's 7/8. So that's another way you could do it. She's not. She's just saying, but you're not writing anything.
So what should I write, Mr. Schmidt?
Well, there's different ways, right? Okay, let me do this.
Okay.
Let me do this. Okay. Let me see. She's getting tired, people. It's 5:19 p.m. Okay, let me see. So I could have, let me see. I said 3/8 first, right? Because 4/8 plus, let's just figure out different ways to make 7/8, right?
3/8.
So I know that the card that equals 4/8 is
Would
actually
be
the 1/2
1/2.
card, which we already have. So we would need
could
this
add
card.
a 3/8.
And that would equal 7/8.
Okay.
But I could also say, okay, what about the 1/4 card? How many
What could
eighths
I
is that?
add to
That's
that?
2 eighths. I would need a 5/8 card.
Yeah.
So 5/8. Those are 2 different
Okay.
ways I could do it. This, let's
Okay,
write it
so
down
what
here.
about
5/8 equals 7/8.
What about the 1/2 card, Mr. Schmidt?
Well, the 1/2 card was over here.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay. So 1/2.
But I'll write it under
so
there.
we have
1/2.
1/4, and
And we have the 8th card. So
And
there could be a 6/8 card, right?
Yeah,
That's 3/4.
definitely.
So we could use 1/8, right? We have the 1/8 cards already.
plus
So
a
if we
3/4.
added 3/4, which is the same thing as
Mhm.
6/8.
Eighths.
1/8
That would equal
plus
7/8.
6/8 equals 7/8.
Very good.
So those are different cards we could use. Let me highlight the ones that we added, because it can get confusing with all that there. Okay, so we said we could add a 3/8 card.
A 5/8.
We could add a 5/8 card.
And a 6/8.
And we could add a 6/8 card. Or a 3/4 card, right? Okay.
There you go.
Because 3/4 is the same thing as 6/8.
Very
Now I
good.
think that's the end of math.
That's it?
That's it.
That's it? I was just
Yeah.
getting in the groove of things.
I know. Well,
Well-
at least we can hopefully get this video posted before people go to bed.
Yeah. All right, guys. You guys have a great evening.
Yeah.
Take care. Be kind to your parents.
And by the way, I think we already said it, but Maggie, our doggie, is back, and
Yes,
we're
she
so glad
is.
because we didn't want her being at the hospital. So right now she's
She is
snoozing.
back. Tomorrow we'll send a picture.
Yeah, right.
She's really kind of tired today.
Right now she's snoozing.
Yeah. She's a good girl. All right, guys. Have a great evening.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.